Welcome back to day 42 of 100 Days of Code. Subscribe and turn on bell notifications. Now we will discuss how we can send there as an alert to our phone number using an SMS service.So. For that, we're going to need to use a different API, the Twilio API. Twilio is an API service that allows us to send text messages or phone calls or have a virtual phone number in any country, and if you take a look at their front page, you can see there's actually a whole bunch of things you can do with the Twilio API. You could build an ordering system, you could create a video app, you could have SMS to email, a whole bunch of things, basically. Now, in order to create the service, they obviously had to build a lot of infrastructure, and they've invested a lot into making this seamless and work well. So that's why if you look at the pricing section, they do charge for their service if you're using it a lot. Now, in our case, we're going to get started using some trial credit. So, they're going to give us $15 of trial credit, and we can test out all of the API and use any of their features. First, go ahead and click on Get Started for free, and you'll need to sign up to get a free Twilio account, no credit card required. You have to sign up by using email. Once you've signed up with Twilio, you'll have to confirm your email and also confirm your actual phone number. Once you've completed confirming your email and your phone number, then it's going to take you to the console, and it's going to ask you a few questions. Do you write code? Yes, of course we do. What's your preferred language, Python, and what's your goal today? Well, we're going to use Twilio in a project, and the first thing we want to do is to send or receive SMS. So, now, it's going to take us to our Twilio project dashboard, and it starts off by giving us some trial money, so this is the money that we can use to test out and use the Twilio API. Let's first start by clicking on Get a Trial Number, and it's going to generate for you an automatic number from the US. Now, if you want to, you can buy a number from a different country. And you can start typing any of these numbers, but in our case, it doesn't actually matter where the number is from. We can simply just get the default number and click on Choose this number. So, now, we have a new phone number based in the US. We're ready to click Done and start using that Twilio number to send ourselves some SMS messages. Now, we're going to head over to Docs, and we're going to go over to Quick Starts. Now, what we want to do is to follow this guide, the programmable SMS Quick Start, in order to start sending SMS messages, so we're going to click on the Python section of that Quick Start, and you can see. On the right, it gives us the example code that we need to implement in order to make this work. The first thing we need to do is to download the Twilio library in order to use it to import this client class. Let's go ahead and copy this into our project. So right below where we've got import requests, let's go ahead and paste this line of code that we copied. Going back to the example code, we need to copy down our account SID and our auth token. We can get these details from the Twilio dashboard. Notice here that this account SID is basically the identification for my Twilio accounts, and the auth token we'll need to get from the dashboard. If we go to the console here, on the top right, and we copy this auth token here, or you can click on Show to see it, then we can paste it in here and replace this auth token. For consistency's sake, I'm going to change this single quote to double quote. So, these are both strings. Now, as I mentioned before, these IDs that you see on screen are not going to work for you, so make sure that you've actually logged on and confirmed all your details, so that you can get your own account SID and auth token. Now, let's head back to our Quick Start, and we've done all of this. What we need to do now is to set up a Twilio client using our account SID and auth token. Let's go ahead and create our client at the point where we want to send ourselves an SMS message, so I'm going to delete all of this, and instead of the print statement, we're going to set up our Twilio client. Next, we're going to create our message. So, this is the message that we're going to send ourselves. The part that we need to change is the body, so this is the text that we're going to send ourselves, and then we're going to change the From field to the telephone number that we got from Twilio. and the number to the telephone number that we signed up with Twilio with. So let's do one thing at a time. The message that I want to send myself is, as always, on a Mac, you can go to Edit, Emojis and Symbols to pull up the emoji keyboard. If you're on Windows or Linux, you can simply just head over to Google and search for an umbrella emoji and paste it in here. That's our message, done. The next step is to figure out what is the telephone number that is going to be the sender's telephone number. Going back to our Twilio dashboard, we're going to copy this trial number here, and we're going to paste it in the from field as a string. The next thing is the to, so this is who the message is going to be sent to. This has to be the phone number that you used to sign up to Twilio. On the Twilio trial account, you can send messages and make calls to verified numbers, and you can add verified numbers by clicking on this plus button, and you can enter somebody's phone number. So your friends or family, but you have to be able to receive a message or receive a call in order to verify that you actually own that number or you have access to that number. Any of the numbers that you see here under Verified Caller IDs can be used in your code. Go ahead and replace this part where it says to with your verified number. Now, finally, it asks us to print the message that we created here, SID, and basically, what it means is that once this message has an ID created, it means it was sent successfully. Instead of printing the message SID, we're going to print the message status instead, just to make sure that it was actually sent successfully. All of this code is indented inside the will rain block, and this is what's going to be triggered if, indeed, it will rain today. Now, let's go ahead and test this, but before we can test it, we have to find somewhere that's actually raining. It seems like people in Bern are getting quite a bit of rainfall, so let's update our latitude and longitude to Bern in Switzerland. Now that we've got somewhere that's raining, let's go ahead and run our code, and let's take a look at what happens on the phone. There you have it. We've got our message sent from our Twilio trial account. It's going to rain today. Remember to bring an umbrella. Now, of course, you'll be able to get rid of this part where it says sent from your Twilio trial account. If you sign up for an actual account, but for all intents and purposes, this is working perfectly, and we're now able to receive an SMS when the weather condition in the next 12 hours contains some rain. So that now you can use the code and send the free SMS. So for all of that and more, I'll see you on the next video.